Hey everybody, welcome back to Battle Ready Inc. So this week's feature match was Devimon versus a pure ChaosGallantmon focused deck. So this is our complimentary video to go with the deck profile for ChaosGallantmon. But, you know, as I was making the deck profile and just kind of my own tweaks on it versus what we saw in the battle, I wasn't happy with it. There was something about it. So I'll show you what I had initially, and then I'm going to show you what I decided to go with instead, that I think is just going to be way more fun to play. Don't forget our memory marker for this month is going to be Omnimon here. Super cute, adorable for you green OTK deck players. If you're not looking for a Yokomon, want something a little more unique, this is definitely going to be a great memory marker for that. So make sure you check out the link in the description below for this little guy for our Patreon reward for August. Also, if you haven't already, if you're seeing this video probably about day one that it comes out, check out the 2,000 subscribe giveaway video. Make sure you like, comment, and be a subscriber, and you can win one of our Battle Ready Inc. game mats. And yeah, and that's all you gotta do. Just go to that video. Literally, just probably about a day left. We're about to hit 2,000 subs. I think we're like 20 something off, so just like a day, maybe two more to go. Okay, so right here, I'll just lay it out for you. This was my original kind of guide for what I was going to go with for ChaosGallantmon. I had a overall deck layout here, as well as some options or some trade-out cards that you could use in place of some of these. It was just very standard, cookie cutter. Nothing really special about it. I mean, we're seeing a lot of decks that just look like this. We've seen a lot of decks already that looks like this. Zwart coming in here. We've got the white tamer to make our fusion live, so we can do all that combo. It's not quite a Lilithmon. I think it might be a step under Lilithmon. It's not quite as like blowout level, but it's a little more, I don't know, maybe quicker because of the Anubismon. You know, you can swing for a little bit more and a little bit faster. It just wasn't really anything too special overall. And some of my trade-off cards down here, I thought Deathclaw is just a really neat include. We'll talk about that one in the next one. The Chimeramon, you know, it's a good, one of. You can toss it into the trash off of any of your draw cards and draw one, discard ones, and then bring it out later with the Zwart. I thought Megidramon here would be a place instead of the Anubismon, but it just didn't really feel too impactful other than just this one very niche thing that it could kind of be applied to. We're not really getting a whole lot of value off of having a lot of stuff in trash. Not really. Not like the level that we're really talking about here. I thought maybe Millenniummon instead of the Zwart package here, just for a little bit more control. You know, maybe something a little bit different. A 2-cost drop, always good. A little memory game. Mat, in case you wanted to drop this whole package here with the Zwart, you could add in the Millenniummon and the Mat and stuff. Demonic Disaster for some extra swings, just because the deck kind of really likes to pop its own rookies to do things. So we had some on-deletion rookies in here. But, like I said, it just felt very cookie-cutter and very samey. And I was looking at, like, the Millenniummon and just thinking of, like, a little more control-centric. So that's what we're going to switch to. We're going to change things up, and I'm going to give you something a little more unique, probably something you haven't seen before. Now, I can't argue that this other build is going to be better, okay? I cannot say that, but I can say it's probably going to be a lot more fun and more interesting, and your opponents will probably even appreciate it more because it's just something that they haven't seen already and that hasn't been, brought to the table against them like, 50 times already. So right off the bat, this should probably give it away, but we're running Impmon here, and you know what that means? Yeah, we're taking it back. We're running Beelzemon. I love Beelzemon. So that's part of, like, the reason for this deck is, like, Beelzemon is in my top 3 favorite all-time Digimon, and I really wanted to run him again. We haven't seen him in so long in any purple decks, so I thought we'd give it a shot. So this is kind of a way more control-heavy sort of purple deck using ChaosGallantmon as the focus with the Beelzemon included, and we also are going to run the Megidramon. Now, you might think that's a lot of megas, but it's okay. We'll get there, and we'll kind of show how it all works. But let's go ahead and just look at the play-by-play here. We got the Demi-Meramon, probably still the best baby in all of purple. Draw one, discard one on deletion. So combo's great with stuff like an Impmon here that you're going to get it destroyed. We're going to do some milling. The Gabumon, it combos great with that because you draw two, discard one. So if you go Demi-Meramon, Gabumon, and then like a blocker on top of that. And so your blocker is going to die anyway, so you're going to trigger both these cards at the same time. Pretty solid stuff. I went with the starter deck Pagumon as our 5th egg. So this is a control-heavy purple deck, so it's a little slower than a lot of the purple decks. Well, I guess purple in general these days is still pretty slow. So we really need that 5th egg. 5th egg is really important. And I thought the on deletion, just trash 2 cards. This gets 2 more cards in trash just to kind of make more stuff live. Again, we're trying to get into that Beelzemon, so we need a lot of stuff in trash to be able to hyper evolve in from the Impmon straight into the Beelzemon. So that's kind of why we're playing a little bit more of these trash cards, just so we can fill up the trash. Kind of similar to how Lilithmon operates, or they really try to fill up the trash. But with Lilithmon, it's very imperative that you get into your combo pieces, so you don't want to just be milling cards like randomly. You prefer to draw than discard. So this one's just a tad bit different. Next, we got the Impmon. Already discussed why for the Beelzemon package. Next, we got Gabumon. Already discussed him, why he's so good. Just draw 2, trash 1 is just really good on deletion. We've got Gilmon here. Gilmon combo's great in this deck. So just a lot of what we're doing here is stuff like Gallantmon. Gallantmon likes to pop its own Digimon to, just get all kinds of advantage off of that. Also, Black War Greymon is probably, I would say now, the best level 5 in purple. I think a lot of people would agree with that. It's usually used at a 4 of these days, and even LadyDevimon has been taken down a little bit. LadyDevimon still being played in most decks, just maybe not in the same amount of quantities that Black War Greymon is. So being able to even if you don't have him in trash, you can still Digiburst away the level 4, the rookie, and the baby off of Black War Greymon and bring back whatever that rookie was that you Digiburst. So even if it was the Gilmon. So great like combo-centric with that, as well as the Black War Greymon and his inheritable being able to pop a rookie. So Gilmon is just like our perfect ideal target for that. But that whole combo still works well with Impmon as well. And if you have something that you want to pop on top of the Gabumon, hopefully not just for a Gallantmon, but stranger situations have arisen. So yeah, lots of on deletion effects that really trigger in our rookies here. Gazimon, I've harped on these guys for a long enough now. You should probably get the idea. But memory blockers, right? These are so crucial right now, especially right now in the game. It shuts down Lilithmon. Lilithmon loop. Lilithmon's ability to gain memory when you play Jack Raid, also turning off Jack Raid. Also swinging into security and hitting a Jack Raid. You turn off all of that. Blue, Hammer Spark. You turn off Hammer Spark, you turn off Hammer Spark and security. Super important. Looking at yellow, you turn off the Blinding Ray. So if you put them to 1 memory, they can't Blinding Ray go up to 3. Digivolve into their Lord Nightmon and then just start running over you like crazy because they got into their Lord Nightmon and immediately started swinging with it. So memory blockers right now, because of the most popular decks being played and the most powerful meta decks being played right now, are very insistent on having these memory gaining cards. Having blockers is super important. If you're playing a color that can play these guys, definitely do it. All right, next up, we've got our Devimon here. This is our blocker. 1 Evo cost is so great. We love anytime we can get a 1 Evo cost, just about. We try to play it when we can. We went to 4 of here on this one. I'm pretty okay with the 5K. Some people would prefer the Vilemon at a 4 of instead for that 6K. My thing is with the 5K is what's being popular right now. Now, if Red gets popular and Nidhogg still stays like very prevalent, maybe you might consider it, because this doesn't dodge Nidhogg. Also, Red has a lot of these delete 5K or less DP Digimon. Now, we're not really seeing a whole lot of that in red being used anyways. Maybe with the Shoutmon coming in and the Omnimon, that sort of thing, it could happen. We'll see. And if that's the case, then yeah, we might have to make a meta shift call and go into the Valmon. It is more expensive, but the 6K could matter in that situation. But against yellow, most of their stuff is minus 4,000, so they still need more work to put into finishing this guy off. Now, that could just be a swing from the Mega, and with the baby, that's a minus 1K. So be cautious on your ratios on these guys. He's still just amazing. He's still better than Demi-Meramon, right? Or regular Meramon, sorry. 1-cost Evo, and he's a blocker, so that's still really good. And then we got the Valmon, which we just discussed. Next, I went with the Devimon. So, like I said, we're very, very control heavy in this deck. However, a lot of the issues that I was seeing was, besides Millenniumon, we don't have any way to like kill the big stuff without like running it over, which we don't really have DP boosting abilities in this deck. So we need to be able to take out, you know, level 6s and level 7s. Devimon's a great way to do that. I went with the 4 of on this. You know, still debatable if you want to drop him down to 3, the Valmon up to 4, that's totally okay. Just either way, the ratios I think on all these guys is super flexible for sure. If you don't want to play the Devimon, just the regular Meramon, like I was saying, that 1-cost Evo, still solid. The DP is still just right enough that you don't have to worry about him as much. But this guy, I mean, I've never seen a Devimon come onto the field and not started sweating, right? Like, okay, there's a rookie and raising area. If I swing with whatever this is and I leave it suspended, is a Devimon going to come on top of that rookie and raising area and just blow me up? 9 times out of 10, probably. So Devimon's still just incredible for that. Next, looking at our level 5 packages here, we've already went over why Black War Growlmon is so amazing, just absolutely incredible. LadyDevimon, it's still good. I mean, it's still incredible. We draw 3, trash 2. So, again, we're trying to fill up our trash, so we don't mind trashing 2 cards because that gives us more, you know, fuel for a lot of our abilities here and a lot of targets for other things. So, and then drawing into the cards we need is just always good. I did also include the Myotismon. I went with the Myotismon just because he has the higher DP here, just a little bit harder to kill. I mean, that's really all it is. So if they want to kill a Myotismon, that is for yellow, that is 2 of their minus 4,000s, essentially. There's really no other way that they're going to do it unless they're running like a full Salamon, Gatomon package, and that's like a minus 3,000 with one swing because of the egg also on top of it. So the minus 3K with the minus 4K to kill a Myotismon. It takes a lot, and most people aren't running the Salamon, Gatomon package anymore. Not without Black War Greymon. Or, sorry, Yellow War Greymon. And 2-cost Evo. So he's still just a vanilla 2-cost, and that's why we run him. And he's just a little bit more expensive, or a little bit more higher DP. All right, now we're going to get into like the bread and butter, right? This is like the ultimate goal of the deck. So we've got the Beelzemon here just at a 2 of. He's just a nice, comfortable, just as an option, basically. He's not one of our main megas, okay? We're not relying on drawing into this guy and digivolving like normal. He's just here on the side to go on top of the Impmons for some extra added removal. Also, going from a level 3 straight into a level 6 for 4 Evo is really nice. I mean, that's incredible. I mean, how many level 5s are out there doing the same thing for 4 cost? So going from a 3 to a 6 is even better for the same amount. And then it also gives us a great target for Millenniumon to go right on top of it afterwards. So being able to pop a level 4 and then pop anything afterwards with the Millenniumon, pretty nice combo. So really, really digging that. Next up, Megidramon here, 3-cost Evo. That's pretty light. When digivolving, you're going to trash the top 5 cards of your deck. And then on deletion, if you have a Tamer in play, you may play 1 level 6 Digimon card with Gallantmon in its name from your hand, or trash or trash without paying its memory cost. So either you mill it through all the different ways that we're milling, or you draw and discard one. So if you get multiple copies of ChaosGallantmon in hand, just put one in the trash, because even then, Megidramon can still bring it back. Just really, really great stuff. Also, a 3 cost is not too bad there. So it's a little bit cheaper than just straight up digivolving into the ChaosGallantmon, and that's great. So even if we crash with this guy, we can bring out a ChaosGallantmon, and his secondary effect here is still live. Okay, so we lose out on the when digivolving effect, which is regrettable a bit, but we still get the other effect here, which still plays really nicely into a lot of what the deck is doing. With just other ways to pop rookies, such as Black War Groundmon. We've also got the option in here, which we'll cover, is Deathclaw here. I think Deathclaw is incredible. We had a card similar to it early on, but it was like a play cost of 4, and it was you pop one of yours to delete 2 of your opponent's stuff. I think it was like a level 4 and a level 3, if I'm not mistaken. But a 1 cost to delete one of your Digimon to delete a level 4 or lower, that's really good control. That's a blocker right there. And delete your Gilmon with this. This card is free, because Gilmon gives you 1 memory back when it's deleted from a card effect. So delete it with Deathclaw. Deathclaw is essentially free at that point. And you get a pop, a blocker, a level 4. Lots of good level 4s out there to block. Even in the Diaboromon matchup, we saw those level 4s were like the bread and butter of the Diaboromon deck, because those inheritables were just absolutely like blowout cards when you get to start using them. So being able to pop them early was really nice. Next, I got the mats here. We have to have the mat in play for the Megidramon. Originally, I had it at 3, and then I had 1 slot left in the deck, and I wasn't sure what to do, so I dropped him down to 2 and then added in 2 Jackraid just for a little bit more consistency. We're milling so much that getting 10 in trash is relatively easy, so not too big of a deal to get that live. And yeah, it's great. So look at all these relatively bigger Evo costs. So having a mat on field and then gaining 1 memory, that's all these 4 cost Evos here that we can keep it on our turn with a Jackraid, which is fairly important. Unless we have something like a Gilmon that we can pop to essentially reduce the Evo cost of the Gallantmon. So memory fixer to put you at 3, and then the Jackraid on top of that to put you at 4. Tons of 3 cost Evos, 2 cost Evos, that sort of thing. Really just plays well with the deck, with all the milling and stuff like that. Really works great. And that's kind of the overall main core of the deck. A lot of fun, different strategies, very control heavy. Gallantmon's popping level 5s, Beelzemon's popping level 4s, Millenniumon's popping anything you need. Devimon is controlling the field. He's popping anything suspended that you need to crash into. He's crashing into stuff. He's triggering inheritables like Gabumon and Demimeramon. You don't have to rely on your blockers to get run over to trigger these guys. You can actually, with Devimon, you can go on the offensive and still get it destroyed and still get value, like tons of value. Clearing a level 6, getting crazy draws. Yeah, Devimon letting you on the offensive, really nice. And then, yeah, just this whole package here was just really good. Now, there was some room to flex in this deck as well, and so I do want to cover that. If you don't want to run the Megidramon package, you can still run the Zwart package. So basically what you're doing here is you're dropping the Megidramon for the Lilith. You're dropping the Millenniummon for the Zwart. You're dropping the mat for the tie-in mat. And then you're dropping the Deathclaw here for the fusion. So you're going to keep all these same ratios, and it's still going to work out. You're going to have 3 Lilith, 3 Zwart, 2 of the Tamers here, and then 2 of the options. If you want to drop the Zwart down to 2 and then bump up the mat and tie, sure, go for it. The ratios are a little flexible there. So you can still run this whole package, and this whole package actually fits in here. It's very similar to a Lilith loop deck at that point, so that's why I said the point of the deck is it's a ChaosGallantmon deck, okay? I want to keep that focus. It's a ChaosGallantmon focused control deck. originally. Now, if you don't want to play it quite like that, you can still bring in the Lilithmon loop stuff if you want to go that route. I don't think it would be a Chaos Gallant deck anymore, though, or really of a control deck. But what's still cool is that you can still do the Beelzemon package, which is a little different from what a lot of other Lilithmon loop decks are doing. So you can still run the trashing and the milling and stuff like that. The only thing you got to be, it's a little more inconsistent, I would say, because like I said in the beginning, Lilithmon decks like to draw, then discard, whereas with the Impmon package, you're just milling away. And so you mill away a whole bunch of stuff. When the Impmon dies, you can bring the Impmon back with the ChaosGallantmon and then go on top of the Impmon with the Beelzemon. That, you know, it just tons and tons of value there. All combos really, really well together, I think, overall. But it was kind of funny that this package here still fit absolutely perfect here. You just drop this whole end here, these 4 cards, and then you add in these 4 cards to directly replace it, because you already got the Jack Raids in here, so you still are exactly where you want to be for Lilithmon Loop. And it's actually kind of neat that you could just build this purple deck here from ChaosGallantmon down, and then you just swap out a couple cards on the end, you know, depending on what you're feeling that week. That's kind of neat. But overall, I just wanted to keep it on like more of a fun, casual level, just a really neat way to play ChaosGallantmon as like the center of the deck for once, instead of just like a side mega that he keeps end up being. He's like a side mega in Lilithmon Loop. He's a side mega in, you know, all these control decks. He's never been like the main focus of a deck, and I feel like he could deserve a little bit of time to shine as the _1. Because you just keep him on field and then just pop rookies. You know, you're going to use stuff like your Deathclaw to pop your rookies, and then you keep bringing them back. You can crash them, bring back Impmons, get Beelzemons. You know, lots of different things that you can do with the deck, which is really, really nice. And then there's just a quick zoom out of what the whole deck looks like, minus these 4 cards at the end, and unless you just wanted to swap them in for these 4 cards here, and it's a nice even swap. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you would, please like the video and subscribe. Just a little bit of help goes a super long ways. It helps the channel out tremendously, gets my videos out there, gets them seen. And if you really, really want to support the channel, check out the links in the description below. I'll have a link for my Patreon, which is displayed right here. You can get access to my Discord server that I have, as well as you can get the memory markers that we've had. These are just a few of my favorites from the past that we've had. The current one, Impmon's baby, as well as Gabumon's baby as well, Sunomon and Yamon. These guys are super adorable. I definitely love them so much. And every month a new one changes out, so make sure you check that out. As well as we have our new playmats. This is why I recreated this video. It's because our playmats are here finally, and they are super cool. I alternate between the black and white every single month for whoever wants to support this tier, as well as I have a tier just higher than that, so that way you don't also have to lose out on a memory marker. You can get both the memory marker and the playmat just in case you want both. Super awesome support from everyone that has supported in the past and who will support in the future. You guys are awesome. Also, if you want to check out my merch, my Teespring link is in the description below for that. We've got, you know, the shirts that I wear on the channel that has the logo across. I love when I see people representing my merch in public. It is like one of the coolest feelings I've ever had in my entire life. Very, very awesome. As well as phone cases for you people that love Digimon like so much like I do. A friend of mine custom made all these to fit these specific phone cases themselves, so the prices are a little bit higher just because I have to pay her back, as well as make a little tiny bit of profit because of how much unfortunately they take for their cut for Teespring. But like I said, if you can't do any of that, please just like the video and subscribe to the channel. Every time we hit a new mile marker for subscriptions, I give out free merch of all different types. 2000K, I think we're doing one of the playmat giveaways, so definitely be subscribed and ready for when that comes.